What's up guys, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're driving and vibing.
Today we're doing some more work on that Argosy. We're gonna drop a few things off at storage and pick up some plywood, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to our channel everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. If it's your first time here, we would love for you to subscribe and join the Vibe Tribe.
So on the last few videos of the Argosy renovation, a lot of people were concerned that there was no plywood on the ground and we were gonna lose our balance on the frame. It's something we've been putting off for a while. Since we bought this Airstream, we had the plywood available.
Yes, but we needed to borrow a truck with a bigger bed so we could pick it up. And actually, it's not even the plywood we're going to use. We are going to return it and get some marine grade plywood. So we don't really want to damage this plywood so we can get that credit and put it towards our new plywood. But it really wasn't that bad. I know it seemed a little scary during the time lapse, but we were spending so much time in one spot, drilling out so many rivets in one area that we were just moving slowly.
So let's go ahead and we're gonna load some things up to the truck we're borrowing today and run into storage, so stick around. This storage unit was empty and now it is full to the brim, mostly with stuff we're gonna throw away. Honestly, we had to pick up the rest of the Argosy interior stuff at another storage unit. We thought we might be able to salvage some of it, but that's not the case. And then I got these big speakers in here that I gotta take home with me today. These are for the gigs I'll be playing, and I need to do some serious practicing, so we'll make some room in the storage unit by taking some of this stuff out today.
So we made some room and we got them in there. They are so difficult to work with and they're so fragile because they're made out of like a plastic material and they are already kind of cracked in some little places near where the rivets were. But we're trying to keep them as intact as possible because I don't know how we would recreate this shape for the end caps.
So I got these alto speakers. They're some of the best for the money that I've found. I used alto before, got them from Musician's Friend, and they'll be good for me to gig around town at the smaller bars and stuff like that. So had to get new speakers if I wanted to play some gigs.
So we finally made it over to our friend's shed where she was storing the plywood, and there's like 6 sheets of this gigantic plywood. We haven't really checked it out yet, but hopefully with closer inspection it'll be something that we can use or want to use. We don't really know what the best thing to do is. We hear so many different opinions about everything, about what type of plywood you should put in and what type of insulation and everything, and we're just kind of learning as we go. So if we do end up using this plywood, we would love to know what to treat it with or coat it with. We hear like a lot of people like paint the edges with like an oil-based paint or something like that. If there's anything else we need to do and you guys know, please let us know in the comment section below. We are gonna do some more research obviously in the meantime, but these look like nice pieces of plywood. I don't really know yet if they are like treated or like what type they are, so we'll find out soon. Like the plywood is treated, but my question to you guys is, what is the benefit of getting the marine plywood over this stuff? If we have the underbelly on and everything, it doesn't seem like it would be exposed to too much moisture but I can see how if there were any leaks or things like that, we would want the best possible thing under there so it wouldn't rot out, because that would suck for us or someone else have to do that in the future.
So let us know, yeah, if we should just cover this and treat it somehow, or get some new plywood, or if you guys think this stuff will just work.
Yeah, because we know the marine plywood is a little bit more expensive, but if it's worth investing in, we definitely don't have a problem with that.
We had way too much plywood to bring back to the rig. We want to bring about 2 pieces so we can lay down some temporary flooring, but we were able to make room in the storage unit and put 4 pieces here. It's actually much more organized now since we moved the awning out. We gotta put the awning back in the truck though, and we'll take that back to the camper. It's just a game of Tetris in here. Alright, so we got all of the plywood that we needed in here. Hopefully it makes it easier to walk around. I know it will. Yeah,
this will come in handy when we start removing all these wires and we're moving back and forth and stuff. So it's nice to have these in here and have the other ones in storage. We were a little worried about where we could store them and fit them so that they didn't get wet, because it is still very rainy around here. We had rain in the forecast today, so we were trying to get all this done before it headed this way. But I think we got a lot done, a lot of moving things around.
And to address a few things in the previous video too, as far as removing the insulation and removing the wires, one of the lessons we learned from our fiber stream is that bootlegging off the current system in the vintage rig opened up a array of more issues that we ran into. So even though it was going to create us more work for removing this insulation and rewiring everything ourselves, we wanted to give ourselves that opportunity so we knew exactly how the system works.
Yeah, we want to do everything completely over and not piggyback on anything existing here, because I mean, honestly, we just don't know how great all this wiring is in here. It's pretty old, and we would just like to start completely fresh, and then we can wire up all the different little outlets we want to add personally, and have different things ran so that our solar setup is easy, and different things that will just really simplify the process later on should we want to add anything or need to get to the wiring for any reason. And that's also a reason why we went ahead and took the pink insulation out, because all of this wiring was behind that. Even though the insulation was in good condition, it was just a pain to try to get to all of that wiring, and in the future that will be easier, and that's why we've considered using something like Reflectix to replace. We've heard some of our friends have used that with good success. We've read about it in the air forums and stuff, but we're not 100% positive yet that that's what we're going to do.
We're still going to do research. The biggest upside for the Reflectix for us is that we would have easy access to the wires in the future.
Yeah, and it wouldn't hold water or moisture. It wouldn't be a great nest for any critters to live in. There's definitely like a lot of upsides to simplifying with something like that instead of the traditional insulation. But I feel like most of this process is just so much research, and it's so confusing because everyone has differing opinions about everything, so it's hard to make a decision about what's the best way. So we are going to prioritize our needs and what is the most important to us.
So it wasn't a very long day of work today, but I am glistening with sweat. Hauling around all that wood wore me out. I was gonna remove the wiring today, but I think it's just a good day to relax from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hot outside, and hauling like those 6 pieces of plywood in and out everywhere definitely worked up quite a bit of a sweat. So yeah, we've got some good work today. I feel like I need to get some caffeine. I've got a headache coming on. Haven't even had my coffee yet today before we did all of this.
It's almost 2 o'clock, so time to get some coffee.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. As always, we'll link some of the other Airstream videos below. We'll link one of our favorite free campsites below too, so check that out. And again, we always appreciate you being part of the community and giving us input and letting us learn from you guys too.
Yes, we appreciate all of your advice and suggestions, and we follow those links that you send to us and check all that stuff out. It's super helpful to us, and we love hearing your opinion and experience and feedback. That's super helpful. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this before, so we are not pros or experts by any means.
No doubt. But we'll see y'all next time, so later on, guys.
Bye, guys.